Namaskar to everyone. Welcome to another day of understanding, meditation, the way we understand, we know. Spiritual growth. This is the most fascinating term which we hear a lot of times. You might have heard that I'm an advanced practitioner, I'm a beginner, I'm completely new to the topic. You will hear a lot of words, a lot of topics saying that either I'm here or at a far extent of very advanced. And somebody also can go beyond that far area also. Now, what does it exactly mean? All these are happening because of two things. One, we've been trained throughout our life with the modern education that there is a hierarchy. There is something called advanced and there is something called beginners. When we say that a beginner is understanding alphabets, does it mean that he will not be able to communicate? He will be. He is able to communicate. So the alphabets is something he's recognizing now at this moment of time. Now he's recognizing the alphabets, but he's speaking. So a small child also, when you say that he's not able to draw the alphabet A or A, I, E, U, and all those words in any language, so we are training the child to understand and know that particular language and the words, recognize it. But he's already speaking. He knows, he's calling you. He's calling you by different names. You're being called as a father, appa, amma, dad, and you're also knowing namaste, you're saying hello, you're saying a lot of words, and these are alphabets by default. But if you ask him, do you understand the word? He may not. He may not understand what H looks like, or hi, if he's saying, he does not look H and I, both combined together, he's saying something. Or when he's saying father, it is a combination of words, alphabets. So Father. So we are making him draw it. And we tell that, okay, apple looks like this, boy looks like this, cat looks like this. So we are making him recognize. But he's communicating. We understand it. If we were not understanding it, we will not be able to train him also. So was he advanced or beginner or somewhere in between? Similarly, when we talk about spiritual angle also or any other activity in our life also, you find that we know about it. We realize it somewhere from within us. We call it as a gut feeling, the power of the gut feeling coming up and saying that, okay, this is right and this is wrong. Now you find that that somehow is getting expanded the more and more we connect. We connect where? To our own self. This own self is what matters. And I frequently get the query, am I spiritually evolved? Will I get spiritually evolved? Or is my progress on a particular path good or bad? Very difficult question to answer. If you are not able to know yourself, if you are not able to connect with your own self, if you are not able to relate to your own self, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a path called the Chaitya, the Kriya Lila Thakan. Here, it's about you. It's nothing to do with what somebody else is acknowledging you or not. It's perfectly about you, created by you, worked by you, connected by you. All the things are happening by you only. We are only giving you the guidance so that you recognize those points, those areas. And this recognition takes you deep. Now, when I say deep, that means you're going within your own self. So somebody who is getting into that kind of academic areas where somebody says, no, he's able to solve advanced equations. But what is advanced you in you? The core. How many people have actually reached the core to say that I'm advanced practitioner? And will he be a practitioner there is a big question. He is actually getting recognized by the core that such an individual is existing. And this is what matters. Till that moment of time, the core itself is not recognizing you because you are far away. You are not even touching it. Even if the core wants to communicate with you, we are seldom ready to recognize it. We are seldom there to accept it or seldom there to know it. Somehow we find that things don't work the way we are thinking. Somehow we find that the things are not the way it is being projected. The more I try to do that, I find that things have changed for me. And the more it changes for me, it becomes a difficult journey. So when I am recognized by my inner core, you find that change happens because it becomes a communication. It's a two-way communication. It's a two-pronged effort. That means you are communicating in a language even unknown to you in your physical body right now. Because that language has its own grammar, it's got its own essence, and it's got its own science. All of that is quite different from what you perceived for a longer period of time. And this is what matters. This is where the change has to happen. Are you ready to become the change or not is a big question. It does not matter that you are doing 1,000 times a particular word chant as a chanting or a japam, or you're doing it 10,000 or 1 million times. There is nothing called advanced. It'll take you for a split second, 1 second, where you just merge. That means the sounds vanish. You exist, but you are able to sense the pulsation of the sound within you. And when the pulsation keeps on repeating itself, it's called the ajapa. That means a non-chanting chant. That which transcends you from the state of chant to a state of non-chanting. The duality vanishes. The oneness remains. And from the oneness also you find that the oneness emerges and you can connect to it. So the core is also emerging and you're connecting to it. So somebody telling that, okay, I'm an advanced practitioner. Practitioner is what? A methodology, a process. But a process of dhyan is quite deep. It's actually like breaking yourself layer by layer, layer by layer. And each of the layer can be called as advanced and beginner, both. Because when you meet it first time, you are a beginner. You keep on repeatedly meeting that, you will find that you are aware of the whole concept. Now, when you are aware of the whole concept, you find that the things also change for you. And this is what transforms you. And that is what is to be known and understood by you every time. Whenever you are working on it, you have to understand that it is not just you who is doing it. It is actually more than that. And the more your inner aspects are doing it, you find things will change for you. And that is quite essential for one to understand that inner core energy will transform you when and where you are trying to transform yourself in the moment of time and space. And this is a very crucial point for every single person who is trying to think that I'm trying to do meditation. One thing one has to understand is nobody in the world can try to do a meditation. It happens. It's a moment of time where you are lost. It's a moment of time where you just get away from the logics, analytical abilities, and rationality of all the training you had. You're going deeper to an aspect which is quite different. It gives you a different sense. Then you realize whatever you heard about the energy, whatever you heard about the conscious, whatever you heard about the subconscious, suddenly are becoming very basics. You are able to see them from the top. Why am I saying top? Again, my mind condition. So it can be in the front also. So the moment you're seeing it, what happens? You are seeing it very clearly what exactly the energy means, what exactly the conscious means, what exactly the pulsation means. And the layers also open up one by one. Each opening of the layer is a transformation for you. Why the transformation happens? Because you realize that what all you understood as energy in your body is not energy, but a sublime flow of the matter within your body. And that has a force, which you consider as energy. If the force is reduced, the energy reduces. If the force is increased, you find the energy increased. So any pain in the body is created by what? The obstruction, because the force is too high. The more the force, the more the pain. The flowing is not happening. So it's a physical body level. All the experience what you have is again at the physical body level. What is the mental body level kind of experience? Where you are not able to analyze it. You are just being there. You're just getting back into a memory. You're getting into a lane which you know is very peaceful, giving you happiness, calmness. You're not logically analyzing it. You're not analyzing any of the factors of it. You're only looking at an area where you say that now I am doing this, but I'm not doing it. I'm just being there. Being there is what matters. That is what a meditative state is all about. When you are in a state of meditation or a dhyan, you are just there. In being there, your all the external knowledge vanishes. Whatever you might have read from hundreds and thousands of books will suddenly merge into a gross area and suddenly become a small, concise book, and you will leave it there. Why do you leave it? Because what you are experiencing is quite different. It's quite deeper. And that is what is crucial. All the pressures what somebody feels because somebody is conditioned, they will come out and say that, no, see, some blockages are happening in my body, some energy is rising, somewhere it is getting stuck, somehow it is getting reduced, somehow it's getting problematic. And more or less, whenever this is happening, I am troubled. For a person who is struggling to look for the similar kind of experience, also says, see, I'm not getting all these kind of experiences, so I'm not grown, I'm not evolved, I'm not changed. So somebody assuming that somebody is turning maybe an actor, and he might be dying in 100 movies. Does he have to die once to know how the death feels, to act about it? Acting is one thing because somebody is guiding you to enact the role. Here, who's guiding you? First thing. So when I say that somebody is enacting, that means he's clearly saying that light is there, camera is there, the action is happening, and a lot of people are watching you die. Is it a virtual death? Yes. You are also saying that, okay, these are all things I have to do because as a dead body, I can't breathe, I can't be blinking, I can't be opening my mouth, my chest should be still, my stomach should be still. So you're creating what? A kind of asana, ashavasana. But does it mean that somebody is superior in that and inferior in that? Our dead body is not superior and inferior. So imagine that kind of condition. If somebody is dancing, in that state, if somebody is dancing, but the dance is only visible to the person who is enacting the role of a dead person. So what will happen? You will find the dance happening on the body, on over your body. Okay. So this dance is going to transform you. It's going to create a different kind of feeling for you. And that makes everything good for you. Why? Because that is an experience for you. You would start searching for that kind of experience every time because thinking that, okay, that is a higher realm of knowledge. No, you created the right time, right path, right avenues for getting that kind of experience. And then you found that everything changed for you. And that is what matters. And that mattering is crucial for every single person who is working on the path of gaining the knowledge from within. The more one is going deep, the more one is going subtle, you will find that the more expansive will be the knowledge and experience. That will be the experience. But that is not making the person superior or inferior. That experience counts. Can I relax myself to a level where I can become physically dead but internally active? That is the beginning of the journey called as dhyan, meditation, zen. Any of the practices you do, whatever practice you want to do, if you reach that state, that single moment of time in space, you will find everything changes in you. If you consider that thing as an experience and say that, see, I'm a senior person, I experienced this. No, you experience one of the multiple experiences you can get at that moment of time and space. That is to be remembered. So 100 million experiences also may not make you a advanced stage of meditator or an advanced practitioner. You will only know the method more better. You will be able to handle it more better. You are able to execute that whole process in a better manner. That is a process, but internally you can't do it. Similarly, somebody telling that somebody is going to teach you meditation, you can't. Meditation happens when you are ready for it. Don't assume that meditation will happen because you read some books. Because somebody is telling that, okay, do this method, you are going to become a meditator. You will not. Meditation is a process whereby you are acknowledging yourself first, understanding your body first, your mind, your flow of thoughts, and the way the body is reacting to certain scenarios and situations. The more the body is getting relaxed, you find that you're going more deeper. But that also is an experience that you're going deeper. Deeper does not mean that you are higher. Deeper only means that you are getting that experience. So somebody telling you that something is advanced and something is basic will not work. Who decides this, basic and advanced? Somebody saying that you are executing a certain exercise better means that you can tell that, okay, this person is capable of guiding the other person through that. Good. But that does not make him advanced practitioner. For all the physical activity, yes, he can be a good example and good teacher. But for the inner guidance, you require a guru. A guru will only understand how deep you are able to go and what all things you may miss out when you reach that state. What all things you can work upon. The guru will always try to bring you out from the conditionalities you have been carrying for ages. The more conditionality you have, the more restrictions you have. So it is going to strive to bring you out from that blocked up area. A teacher will just tell you the method. Okay, this is how it is to be done. The guidance happened. Choice is yours to execute that or not. How deep you are going or not depends on the way your mind is. How deep you are going to work on that is again depending on your body conditions and your own conditionalities which you've been carrying for years now. The more the conditionalities, the more the problem. So understanding is more clear. I hope, I pray that all the believers, all the people who actually want to get into meditation understand these basic concepts before getting into an area where they find that they're not able to handle it and work upon it for a longer duration of time. Until we meet again, namaskar from my side. Thank you so much and happy sadhana.